You'll not believe what Ferrari has planned for 2026. Forget the jokes, forget the nicknames, because calling Ferrari a tractor is not going to happen anymore. I agree that 2025 was another difficult year. No wins, just 7 podiums for Charles Leclerc, and even the 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton couldn't crack a top 3 finish all season. It was their 3rd winless campaign of the decade, and they fell to a painful 4th in the constructors' standings. But Ferrari is done with the disappointment. With the 2026 regulations changing everything, they're determined to bounce back, just like they did from 2000 to 2004, when they dominated the world with 5 straight drivers and constructors' championships led by Michael Schumacher. This time, they promise no more excuses and no more failures. So, let's dive in and reveal the truth about Ferrari and their new 2026 car. For those who don't know, the new 2026 F1 rules are going to change Formula One in a big way. The cars will be smarter, faster, and more exciting than ever. I won't go into all the complicated details, but here's what you need to know. The new engines will be turbo hybrids with an even split, 50% from the regular engine and 50% from a strong battery. And guess what? Active aerodynamics are coming back. Instead of the old DRS system, cars will now have adjustable front and rear wings during races. Drivers will be able to use X mode for super speed on straightaways and Z mode for better grip in corners. This means more intense and thrilling battles on the track. And Ferrari? They're preparing to take advantage of the new regulations. This year's preseason is shaping up to be unlike anything we've seen before. Get ready for not 1, not 2, but 3 separate preseason tests. The first stop is Barcelona from January 26th to 30, and this one's private. Teams will get the rare chance to tinker with their cars and figure out the new rules behind closed doors, without fans or media watching. Next, the preseason excitement heads to Bahrain for 2 rounds of testing. The first session runs from February 11th to 13th, followed by another from February 18th to 20th. This gives teams plenty of time to tweak and perfect their cars. With 9 full days of testing, it's a totally different setup this year. Even Ferrari boss Fred Vasseur admitted, "We're not used to 9 test days." He said that previously, teams only had 3 days of testing in the last 4 or 5 seasons. That's why this year's 9 days of testing are a big advantage. According to him, the main goal in a season like this is to ensure reliability. This means that the major area of focus for Ferrari would be reliability. And how is Ferrari going to do that? Vasseur further explained that they are not going to rush into testing the car's ultimate speed, but instead focus on laying a solid foundation. It's a long process, he pointed out. This means the primary goal in Barcelona will be to rack up as much mileage as possible. The strategy will help the team to closely examine the car's reliability, identify any weak points, and address them early on. He clarified that the Barcelona testing phase will be more about gathering data and ensuring the car can endure the demands of a full season, rather than looking for peak performance right away. Vasseur also hinted that all teams, including Ferrari, are likely to introduce a Spec A car. This is actually a preliminary version that will be refined further before Melbourne. He even suggested that the Ferrari unveiled at the first test will look a lot different from the one that takes to the track for the opening Grand Prix. So, when will the world see the new Ferrari design for 2026? The answer is January 23rd. The anticipation is already building, as the team plans to unveil this groundbreaking design at their iconic Fiorano test track. This legendary venue will host the grand reveal and also serve as the stage for the car's very first run. Under the rules for these events, The car can only drive a short 15 kilometers for a demo. It might also go further, up to 200 kilometers during a promo event. This means that fans and spectators will have the chance to see, hear, and experience the new Ferrari design in action for the first time. After this, the new Ferrari will be sent straight to Barcelona over the weekend. It will arrive in time for a private test that teams are allowed to participate in starting on January 26th. But let's not forget, the version of the car used during this first test will be quite different from the one that will actually race at the start of the season. The final parts for the race-ready version are expected to be introduced much later. Analyzing the new regulations, Vasseur understands that teams have to think and act quickly. If you understand something only in Bahrain T02, you won't have time to react for Australia. Vasseur predicts a battle of upgrades right from the start. Early on, teams will fight to stay ahead, and the competition could change drastically from one race to the next. He emphasizes that this season won't be decided at the start. It's not about who dominates the opening race in Australia. It's about who can keep evolving. Developing fast, staying flexible, and pushing the limits throughout the season will be the key to success. The excitement doesn't stop there. Vasseur is convinced that the season will be more like a dramatic story, similar to what the world saw in 2022. Unlike 2025, where the season's shape was predictable, next year will be unpredictable. He said, "That season won't be over in Australia for sure. It doesn't matter if we are P1 or P10, but it will be a long way until the end. It will be a long way for everybody." Now here's what many don't know. Back in April, Ferrari shifted their aero development focus entirely to the 2026 car. They made the move months ahead of when most teams would even consider it. This early change might seem like a safe choice, but the way they are designing the car is unexpected. How? Well, instead of rushing to finalize their designs and components, Ferrari is maximizing every possible second to push the limits of their progress. They've delayed the launch of their car until the very last moment before Barcelona testing. Why? To buy themselves every precious day to refine, tweak, and optimize their design. Vasseur revealed just how aggressive their strategy is. Ferrari plans to complete the assembly of their car mere hours before its launch. This move leaves zero room for error. Think about it. Mechanics working through the night, frantically piecing together the car in the garage before its first outing in Barcelona. That's the kind of risk Ferrari is willing to take to get every possible advantage. Now let's talk about the car design and what we know so far. Keep watching, because we've some information on the engine design as well. So Ferrari's ambitious approach goes beyond their launch timing and into every detail of their vehicle's architecture. Under this year's rules, the nose of the car is a big focus. Safety rules like the two-stage crash test make it tough to design, but the real challenge is adding active aerodynamics. Teams like Ferrari have had to rethink how they build this part. The goal sounds simple, but it is practically challenging. Air needs to be guided perfectly to the floor and the side pod inlets. These spots are super important for making the car perform at its best, especially with the added challenge of smaller radiators. Radiators might not seem exciting, but they are extremely important for the car to work properly. Ferrari has even hinted that the final version of their car might change where the radiators are placed compared to what we'll see at the launch. This change could help make the back of the car thinner, cutting down on drag and letting air flow more smoothly. When it comes to the engine design, there's hype about a revolutionary engine called Project 678 that has everyone talking. The big secret behind this new engine is a special intake system that's being kept completely top secret. This system might change what people think is possible in racing. And that's not all. There are even more surprises in store. At first, Ferrari's engineers had a big debate about what material to use for their cylinder heads. Aluminum seemed like the obvious pick because it's lightweight, dependable, and a common material in Formula One cars. But then steel cylinder heads entered. This choice caught everyone off guard. Steel is stronger and can handle higher pressures and temperatures, but it also leads to major concerns. Could it hold up for an entire 24-race season when drivers are only allowed 4 combustion engines? At the start, Ferrari's engineers weren't so sure. To solve this nail-biting challenge, Ferrari turned to AVL, an Austrian-based engine specialist with a reputation for brilliance. Together, they worked on refining and optimizing the steel cylinder heads in a race against time. Adding to the drama, the minimum weight of power units for 2026 is set to increase from 120 to 150 kilograms. This weight increase flipped the script on traditional design philosophies. Suddenly, ultra-lightweight materials like aluminum weren't as crucial as they once were. With the focus shifting to raw power and efficiency, steel's advantages stole the spotlight. And now, Ferrari has placed all its bets on steel cylinder heads. A few resources also claim that Ferrari has developed a new high-tech battery thought to be lighter and more compact than previous versions, with the new engine also requiring smaller radiators. Some other Ferrari leaks for the new 2026 car include a completely revamped steering wheel design. To tackle the sport's technical regulations, Ferrari is going all out with innovation. These new rules bring features like active aerodynamics and highly precise energy management systems. Starting in 2026, drivers will be commanding a complex cockpit instead of just holding the wheels. This means they'll be responsible for managing power usage sector by sector to preserve electrical energy for those straight-line speed battles. But that's not all. The active aerodynamics will demand manual activation during laps, meaning drivers will be more hands-on than before. To keep up with these changes, Ferrari has completely reimagined their steering wheel. Oh, one more thing. The size of the steering wheel is also going to be smaller. Word on the track is that Hamilton and Leclerc have played a major role in this downsizing revolution. These elite drivers have been voicing their ideas and pushing for a design that prioritizes comfort and ease. Ferrari's goal is to make sure the most crucial controls are right where their drivers need them. However, the final tweaks and adjustments are still on the table and will likely take place during pre-season testing as Ferrari gears up for an explosive race debut in Melbourne. So, this was everything we know so far about Ferrari and their new 2026 car. Let me know in the comments what you think of this. Will Ferrari bring their fans the much-awaited championship this year? Let's wait and see. Just make sure you're subscribed so you know when I upload my next video. Goodbye.